Hello everybody and welcome to another MX Bikes video. And today guys is a huge day. Oh my god. So excited. Okay, yesterday factory bikes came out. That was sick. Tested those and now the new OEMs are here. This is a patch for beta 18. So this is not beta 19. Those will be coming in, I'm guessing, January, maybe late December. But this is just a patch. But the bikes are very different, and we also are seeing a lot of new additions in some older two-stroke bikes. We're seeing some 2024 models. You guys can see right here the new GasGas. And a couple other things, e-bikes, the Stark Varg. We're going to test that in this video. And I don't even know what to expect, really. Like, I've tried all the preview bikes, and I've had about 2 hours, maybe, of testing these 250s before they released. But other than that, I really have almost no time on these bikes. I'm happy to just see how they feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to push the limits today. I'm going to get on some different tracks. We're starting here at the 100 Bros motocross track. It's a great track to test on. Probably go to the goat farm, maybe go to some other compounds and stuff. But yeah, hit that that like button. And we're just going to get right into this, man. I'm going to just kind of talk about how they feel and kind of my thoughts on them. So far, the weight is very different. I feel a lot more heavy, a lot more grounded, which, you know, these are things I've said before with the previews. And the GasGas in the previous, you know, beta 18, I guess, update, was not the best. Let me tell you something. The GasGas was the ass, that's what I'd call it, because it was not the greatest bike ever. And this bike, I mean, it feels great so far. Can't tell if the suspension's too soft or too stiff. Now, I'm going to be running these bikes with no setup. I might lower gas a little bit. Oh my god, I don't know how I saved that. But other than that, we're going to keep them stock, keep them fresh, and we're just going to go rapid fire today. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but we're going to try to just test a bunch of bikes, see what we think about them, maybe find the meta. I don't really know. I don't really think you can find it too quick, but this bike feels great. Like, literally first lap on it, I'm just cruising around. And the traction's very good, especially in corners. Feels grounded, feels like you're not going to really lose that back end unless you really push it, which I haven't really done yet. But yeah, GasGas feels great. This bike might be a top contender for one of the best 250s. So yeah, rapid fire. Let's move to the next bike. All right, boys, we're on a different track now. We're on a different bike. This is the Fantic 250F, and we're here at Italy, I believe. Bagoria, Italy. It's one of those. This was actually the first track that I had like a, I guess, pro race on. It was the, you know, MXGP series. And I actually did pretty good. Snagged myself a top 10 in Moto 2, which was sick. But Fantic, we'll see how it is, man. The Fantic actually is not too bad in the current state with this new update. I'm actually really interested to see how it is. And with this track, we get to specifically look at the hill physics because this track has got steep hills. See how it does. Again, stock setup, everything is stock. A little bit of wheel shake there, but as you guys can see, no weird sort of physics going up the hill. That was the huge change. Is previously the bike's front ends were super wobbly, and it was like you really couldn't control them. The bike was just kind of taking over. But oh my god, the front end's very interesting. It's like it really like grips up. I don't know if I need to lean forward more. We'll test it out here. A little bit of shake, but not too bad. Oh god. Scrub this. Man, I've not been on this track in so long, man. JV is so good at making tracks. Over that bump. Yeah, I mean, the bike feels okay. I will say the GasGas, I think, is a bit better. But you really got to get these bikes going. It feels like the acceleration when you're at kind of low RPMs. It's not great. I'm in 4th gear as I say that, so maybe I'm just an idiot, but kind of got used to the new sounds and stuff like that too. But yeah, Fantic feels good. So far, bikes feel decent. Let's go to a new bike. All right, boys. Kawasaki time. It's the cucumber time, boys. Got the Shimoda skin on it. This does not come with the pack. I just downloaded it. We're about to get schmeezy. We're gonna have to go farm by JV. We might just do only JV tracks today. I do want to do some Supercross too at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. We will be testing that as well. Kawai's a bike that was very, I think, unforgiving previously. That's my bad. So it's going to be interesting to see how it feels. So far, the bikes have felt fairly similar. You know, the core physics of all of them feel very, very similar. Ooh, this bike feels good, though. Oh my goodness, gripped up in that corner. That's what you like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're smoothing. Wow, does very, very good in the corners. Again, stock setup, everything is stock. Go over that. Go inside line here. You can really lean them over. That's something I am noticing. The front end seems to deal with it quite nicely. Go on this limiter. See how they whip. Oh my Johnny. Oh my Johnny. Oh my Johnson. The thing whips a bit hard, boys. Oh my god. Scrub. Oh my god, she scrubs. She scrubs. She does. I'm not gonna say. Okay. You know what? Bike feels good. Oh my god. This thing, I like the Cowie, bro. I think the Cowie might be my stuff now. I feel like the meta is not going to be as determined as it was previously. I feel like we should see a lot more color on the gates, which is very important. Okay, that's something that a lot of people have not liked. And with these bikes all being different, you know, they all have their different, you know, specs and everything. It's cool to see them, you know, a lot more balanced. You know, but obviously we don't know now. This is obviously a first impression, so maybe some bikes are going to come out or I'll test and I'll be like, damn, that thing's a bit better. But so far, everything feels good. But I think Cowie's probably my favorite so far. I think it feels very, very good. Very light, very nimble. And yeah, I like it. Let's go to another bike. All right, guys, this is a big test. How do they do in sand? We're on the TM250F. And we're going to see how this thing does in sand. Completely stock. All we did was put sand tires on. I am very interested to see how they do. Okay, moving so far. I've not been on this track in a while, so I'm not going to be riding super duper fast because I don't want to crash. But we do have to push enough to test it out. And so far, it feels very prime. Okay. That was my bad. One over the rut. Little front end tuck. I think that's going to be a key part of these bikes. You got to worry about what the front end's doing, where you're putting it. Depends on the corner too. I feel like on smooth tracks you should really just have no problem, but tracks with ruts and then roughness, and you're gonna have to really think about what you're doing. The TM itself feels good. I mean, it feels way better than the previous one. Again, feels very, very similar to the other bikes, very balanced. Sending it off this. Oh my god. I don't even know what I hit there. Probably shouldn't have sat down. Now, the sand tires themselves, I'm guessing, are different. Okay, I don't know. I feel like they feel different. I can't tell if it's the tires that make it different or it's just the bike itself. Because the bike and the weight, it's all very different, so it feels good. It feels very forgiving. It feels like you can actually predict what's going to happen. One thing I will say is it feels like it's a lot of grip, man. I had this gripe with the factory bike, 2-strokes. You can slide the back end. I mean, I don't think it's too bad. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's good. I'm not a huge kind of sand track rider. I mean, I like to do it, but there's not too many sand tracks that I think I kind of like to ride in this game. But yeah, the TM itself probably won't be on this bike too much. I'm not gonna lie to you, but feels good in sand. I'm gonna rail this corner. All right, let's go to another bike. All right, boys, Star West Park. It's time to get schmeezy on the Husqvarna, which I absolutely love this bike. And this track is extremely rutted out. I did not reset it when I rode it previously. This track's sneaky, bro. It can bite you. But I love the Husqvarna, so I hope it's good. Oh, Johnny. Maybe I should have reset the track. Thing is absolutely gutted. But we get to test the ruts. See how it does. I can't turn. I'm gonna throw a fatty over this. Let me get real scrubby. Oh my god. Oh, it gripped up nicely right there. I am having a bit of a hard time turning, which they said you have to lean forward in the corners. These bikes encourage you to lean forward. So I'm gonna have to learn that. I think a lot of people are gonna have some problems with these bikes initially, just because they are different. And they're not the easiest bikes to ride. Like, they do take some skill. It's taking it back to more of a simulator style where, you know, you gotta ride the bike. You gotta manhandle it, just like real life. You know, you watch the real sport. People's bodies are moving constantly. They're constantly shifting weight. So, you know, you have to learn how to do that too. I am definitely gonna have to learn it as I'm going out of every rut, but I mean, Husky feels good, feels planted again, kind of has that same heavy sort of planted feeling to it, good traction. So, lean forward, look at that. Just hook right in. It feels very good, it feels very predictable. I mean, dude, I might be a little bit biased, but I think the Husky right now, I think the Husky's the best bike. Best bike I've tested so far. Lean forward. Oh, we even gripped up there. I'm gonna get schmeezy over this. Oh my god. I mean, we would have landed it. We just cased. Let's go to the Yamaha, bro. I'm actually interested. All right, boys. We are on the YZ 250. Yeah, this is the 2024 one, though. Got the Yamaha 450 plastics on the thing, which is sick. Because that's what they're going with in real life. And we're at Redbud, so where I got my best pro aerial finish. NA, I actually got 7th in a moto. 6th or 7th, I don't actually remember which one, but it was a good finish for me. And I was like top 3 for like half of it. It was good. I didn't really do much after that in aerial, but you know, it gave me a boost of confidence. We're gonna go right over the rut. It's gonna take some getting used to, guys. These bikes, they're great, they're more forgiving, but I think, especially if you're a newer player, man, you just gotta stick with it and figure it out. You know, it's just like the Bait 18. A lot of people didn't like Bait 18 right when it dropped, and they were much better than the initial opinion on them, I thought. Because obviously back then I was putting so many hours into the game, so I learned them pretty quickly. I mean, these bikes, I mean, I don't really think you're gonna have to put that many hours in. I think it might just take a couple days of testing them out and getting used to them, and you should be fine. You hook right into ruts. Even if you go over a rut, you can still kind of hook into the next one. Oh god. This track is so high speed, though. I'm just absolutely sending it. I need to slow her down. But if you're smooth, shouldn't get any of those weird crashes. Can we hit Larocco's? This is a 250. I could really never clear this thing on a 2. Actually, never mind. I could. I don't remember. Pretty sure I was clearing it. I don't know. I like Redbud. TFC did a good job on this track, and the YZ feels very good. Okay, it feels fast. Is it better than the Husky, though? I don't know. They're close. I'm gonna do a ranking at the end of this video. We're gonna rank every single one of them. I'm gonna do it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, boys. It felt good. All right, guys. Banana time. We're here at Lommel by JV. I think it's actually formerly known as Flanders. That's what it's called. In the MXB shop, this track is insane, and apparently I have rutted it out in the past. So, got the sand tires on. We're on the Big Bonan. Oh my goodness. Let's see how this thing does. Oh my god. Okay, so far, you know what I'm saying? So far, I think we need a bit of a setup. Okay, again, riding all the bikes stock. These are bikes that do require to go in and make some tweaks. But we'll stay smooth. We'll see how it feels. So far, I like the traction. Oh god, I'll just do a little bit of cheater line there. You know what I'm saying? Just take that third option. Look into that rut. Okay, now we got some speed, boys. Oh, Johnny. Yeah, this thing This thing is a bit of a chugger in the sand, boys. It's trying its best. I mean, mind you, this is probably the roughest track in the game, and it's sand dirt, so. Oh God. Doesn't feel terrible. I mean, for me just getting on this track for, you know, one lap, I haven't ridden this thing in probably a month. I'm not doing half bad, boys. Let's rail this corner. Oh, fine. Ooh. Keep her going. Yeah, I don't think the Suzuki's going to be the move this year, boys. I mean, obviously, this is definitely not the best definitely not the best place to test it, but oh yeah, we're dead. We're dead. Listen, do not take this bike to Lommel. I'm just telling you right now, this bike is not made for it. Okay, it's not made for it. So I'm never going to do this again. All right, we're on to the KTM, which was one of the preview bikes, and I was not a fan of it. You know, I'm just going to straight up say it. I was not a fan of this. I liked the Kawasaki when they put it out as a preview. This bike was no bueno for me. So, see how it feels here at Argentina. This is a free MXGP track made by JV. It's on the shop. Or it was free, I think. It might not be free anymore. I have no idea. But, this track barks, and this bike is kind of barking right now. Surprisingly. I mean, this thing actually feels really good. Check out for that. Inside, outside. This rut. And this is another track I have not ridden in a long time. Alright, that feels good. I usually get a lot of Pabobo physics in that corner for some reason. And this bike held up. Ooh. Survived that somehow. Sit into that. Alright, I like the back tire sliding a little bit. Feels good. It's not like a ton like the previous ones. They kind of just slipped and you were just kind of dead. But these bikes... Oh, texture recover. I did not see that at all. Texture use for this track makes it almost impossible to see things. But we're good. Oh my... What the... I don't know what just happened there. That was wonky. That was wonky. I'll admit it. That was a bit wonk. I will not take the blame for that. But overall, bike feels good. I'd actually say this is probably one of the best feeling bikes. I don't know if it's the camera. Like, the camera angle looks really good. The bike model, by the way. Look at that thing. That thing looks beautiful. Extremely high detail. Let me just keep riding a little bit. I'm actually interested. Actually, I might actually say the KTM's good, and I don't really want to say that. Dude, it feels good though. I don't really know why. Like, you just need a bit of suspension tweaking, and that goes for really a lot of these bikes. But this thing feels good, man. I mean, this is by no means the hardest track to ride it on, but it feels like it can compete. Kind of flowing right now. What the hell? I don't even want to get off this track. All right, we got to stop ourselves. Let's go to the Honda. Honda's the only two that you have left, so we're going to go to that and test her out, boy. All right, boys, Honda time. This was the meta. This was the 250 meta. You can maybe argue the Yamaha, but it was the Honda, man. This is the bike I think everyone's waiting to see. How good is it? So far, it feels okay. Feels actually fairly similar to before the update. You know, it has that weight difference, it has the better traction, but it almost feels like every bike kind of got a hint of what the Honda had, which sort of leveled the playing field. I don't know what that hint was. I think it has something to do with weight and just like how planted the bike is, because I felt like the Honda was super, super planted. Oh wow, this thing feels good. Now, speed is kind of what I'm wondering. How good is the acceleration? How good is the speed? Doesn't feel like it's overpowering, you know? It doesn't feel like it's amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh, too much shunder. Get over this. Try to beat our ghost. Wish that ghost time's like the first time I ever rode the bike after the update. I'll go over the berm. Oh! Yeah, this thing, honestly, like, it doesn't feel much different than the previous one. Other than those core physics changes. But I don't know if I'd say it's the best, man. That KTM felt good. Husky felt good. Yamaha felt good. Cowie, bro. The Cowie actually felt really good. Like the TM and the Suzuki probably didn't get the most fair shot because they were in sand, but I was not a fan of the Bonan, I'm not gonna lie. But we were also on the hardest track in the game. So, probably not a fair judgment, but this bike feels good. It doesn't feel like it's as meta as it was before. Definitely not, but they didn't make it bad by any means. Feels pretty similar. I think every other bike just got better. I'm gonna jump off the track and get right back on. Alright, now what I want to do is get on the old Supercross. And this is really what I want to test, okay? Supercross season's coming up. What can we expect from these bikes? These are stock, by the way. Now, Supercross is one of those things where you're gonna need a setup. It's just kind of one of those things. Uh-oh. Sit down. Oh my goodness, it just gets right into the ruts. Like, once you get in the rut, you actually do fine. You just have to worry about corner entry, your speed. But once you get in, the bike allows you to just keep going. You gotta maneuver the way. You gotta know how to maneuver it. IOJ that. Stay up, Johnny. The Jan is just not good at this point. No, I'm decent. I gotta stop playing. Oh, Johnny. Honestly, man, the Honda, dude, the Honda just doesn't feel that much different. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the Honda and Supercross, I will say. It was never really my cup of tea. Alright, we're gonna go to... I want to try the KX again on this. Alright, guys, Kawasaki time. I've ridden the preview bikes on Supercross. Oh, God. Backflip. Alright, boys, Kawasaki time. I've ridden the preview bike on Supercross. I don't think this bike will be too much different. Little cheater line there. Didn't even do it on purpose, but I think this bike will be good on here. I like the stock sort of suspension, and this bike is very good. The OJ. Oh my god, I don't know how I just cleared that. Oh god. Alright, we survived that. That's tough. Feels pretty bouncy. Feels like this bike has a lot more bounce to it, suspension-wise. Which, I feel like the previous Kawasaki, it's kind of the same way. Pretty bouncy, but I think it made it a little bit unforgiving. Oh wow, you can just rail the insider out there. Grab that, and then the whoops were a big deal with the past previews. They feel completely fine on these bikes. Oh, turn. Yeah, turning's tough. Get over that. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna now download the Super Motocross Round 3 track, and we're gonna try that out on the Yamaha. Okay, we're gonna try on the Yamaha, and then we're gonna rank the bikes. Okay, let's do it. Alright guys, quick final test just because this track just dropped recently, and obviously the race, well, just have happened yesterday at Round 3 LA Coliseum. This track is beautiful. Stone Rider did a great job on it. I do not know what to expect. I have not really ridden this thing. I ran a couple laps to warm up. But I really just want to know how the Yamaha is in Supercross, because this was my Supercross bike, bro. I absolutely love this thing. Let's see how it does. So far, as far as power delivery, which I think is like the most important factor that determines the difference between these bikes, I feel like it's fairly similar to the previous Yamaha, which is good because I love the way that bike delivered power. Okay. The second gear, probably not the best there. We're starting up this. Oh, a little bit of case for the culture. Alright, this is kind of the more motocross section. I love how Stoney does his ruts. That right there is how you're supposed to do ruts. TFC, take notes. Anyways. Over that. In the sand. Man, the sand, it's very knifey. I'm not on sand tires. But it feels like the front end's pretty, like... Oh, man, I think it's supposed to be a triple in. Jumps are pretty rolled over. Kind of oversteered there. This bike feels good. I mean, I'm not struggling by any means. I feel like the cornering on these bikes is going to be a lot easier once you get the hang of it. Which is going to help you get through sections that you would usually have a hard time getting through. I feel like these bikes, they're hard to learn, but they're easy to master. It's kind of how I'd say it. I mean, obviously saying easy to master is kind of insane, but you know what I mean. They're not easy to learn, but I think once you learn them, you're going to be fine. And you should be pretty consistent. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. People are going to be a lot more consistent on these bikes. And I'm all for it, bro. Going to make racing a lot more competitive. Wow, this thing feels really good. Yamaha, this might change my opinion on the Yamaha. It kind of barks an SX. So for top 10 rankings, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some testing off camera. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. Okay, that right there is my top 10 in order favorite bikes. Obviously, this is extremely first opinion based. This isn't like days of testing or, you know, no. This is like very initial. This is what I think. This is what I felt. So take it with a grain of salt. If you guys want to, you know, get on bikes that I like, you guys can do that. But yeah, that's just kind of my opinion right now. I love this track. Good job, Stone Rider. I cannot wait to watch SMX tonight. For me, it's tonight. It would have already happened for you guys. But yeah, I'm so excited for this game, the new OEMs. There's 31,000 concurrent players, or peak players, I should say, today on MX Bikes, which is a new high. I think the previous high was about 2,600 back in January when there was, you know, Anaheim 1 and Bit 18 drops. So, I mean, dude, the game is growing. Like, that was my goal from the beginning, to grow the freaking game, and it's happening. And we're getting, you know, tons of new content with factory and OEM, and new tracks, and just, you know, the LAN tournament. It's just everything's kind of hitting at once. So, yeah, I'm extremely excited, extremely happy. These bikes feel good. You just got to get used to them. And yeah, let's land this right here. Cheesy, all right. See you next video. Peace.